finals on tap. It's your main event.
From Brooklyn, New York, Hot Sauce, Tracy Williams.
Well, what a one-on-one debut it was for Tracy Williams here in MLW as a part of stage one of the Opera Cup, a rivalry that had been across this country, but never on a stage as prestigious as this, when Tracy Williams overcame Tony Deppen to advance tonight.
So, I've heard Tracy Williams' name for quite some time, and people always put it in the breath of, he's great, he's all you gotta see this, guys. Let me tell you something, right now is the test for this young man, because A, it's under the hot lights of MLW. B, it's for the prestige of the Opera Cup. What kind of heritage and lineage of that cup? But he has to go through the man, Davey Boy Smith, to win it.
And his opponent, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 265 pounds, being led down the aisle by Mr. Saint Laurent, Davey Boy Smith Jr.
As you see, Davey Boy Smith Jr. looking at the Opera Cup that for so many years was housed in the Hart household. The Opera Cup dating back to the late 1800s, defended coast to coast across the country in opera houses throughout America. The trophy itself dating back to 1915, won by Stu Hart, the final winner in the late 1940s, and Stu Hart had it ever since, and it was some 70 plus years later that Davey Boy Smith Jr. brought the Opera Cup back, reactivated it here in MLW, and became its first champion in 2019.
I've maintained for quite some time that Davey Boy Smith Jr. is the toughest guy I know. Now, Davey Boy with an edge? Come on.
And listen, now that we've talked about the prestige of the Opera Cup, the importance of the Opera Cup, how disgusting was Davey Boy Smith Jr. with Mike Roman?
Not at all. Not at all disgusting. I don't throw those words around like you do, Mr. Indignant Wrestling Announcer.
Okay.
Davey Boy and MSL did exactly what they needed to do. And now, here it is. Here it is. You've been saying it for months. Oh, the Opera Cup, the Hart family legacy. Now you change your tune all of a sudden?
Matt, I'm sorry that I'm passionate. I'm sorry that I care. But what does hunting Michael Man have to do with the Opera Cup?
But I get it, but how do you go from 0 to 60? How do you go from loving the guy a couple of weeks ago to now he's despicable?
You don't think he's changed at all in the past few weeks?
Sure, change is good.
Really, every time. There's no exceptions.
Yes, change is good.
You're changing by the weeks out here. Tracy Williams, certainly outsized by Davey Boy Smith Jr. He's about 6'5", 265. I want to notice also the tape on the knee, the bandage on the knee of Davey Boy Smith Jr. That's from his stage one matchup where Davey Boy was victorious over Calvin Tankman, but certainly it seems out of price.
Davey knows it, Hot Sauce knows it. I don't think that's going to stop Davey Boy in any way, shape, or form, but the problem is that Tracy may be too quick. That's the issue with Davey Boy. He's a big boy, don't get me wrong, strong as a house. Not the fastest guy around, I've wrestled him, trust me, I know.
Two athletes that can be described by many, I would think, as wrestlers. Certainly two men who have mastered the art in so many different ways.
But from a strategy point of view, you bring up an interesting thing there about the knee. If the speed is Tracy's advantage and Davey Boy is compromised, is Davey at a disadvantage?
Well, Tracy takes out the legs.
He's trying to go for a knee bar, but you're not going to get Davey on that. Sorry, pal. No freaking way. He knows what he's doing. You're not catching him in a submission like that.
Why,
Tracy's not giving up, though. This is good.
Sent MSL scurrying. And Tracy unloads the knife edge chop.
Look at how Tracy moves Davey Boy's body, clutching to the head and the shoulder.
Oh! Davey Boy's power found him an escape. Will it lead him to his second Opera Cup? MLW Fusion Opera Cup Finals continue. And I think, we talk about that knee issue, and we talked about it a little bit at the Tankman match as well. If Davey doesn't have full use of that knee, it's going to impact not just the power on his feet, but also some of the leverage in the base in his catch wrestling game on the ground.
But you notice he's changed his gear, right? The denim is going to give you just a little bit more support. I understand it's a new look, it's a new Davey Boy Smith Jr., and it's an homage to Brett and Brian Pillman. I get all that. But the denim also works as almost like that copper fit kind of thing, tightens up the knee.
And not only that, you mentioned Brett and Brian Pillman, but shades of his dad during probably one of the most ruthless eras of his career in the late 90s.
It's all part of a greater look for the entire family. So that's the look, though. When you mention Davey Boy, I think you go back to 2001. I think it's that Calgary Canadian lumberjack kind of look. So it's the reference to his dad. It's a reference to his whole entire family. All that road work. Denim used to be worn by, do you know, butchers and undertakers. It would be covered in blood. Then it went to the miners and all that. So we're giving it in the history of denim here. But to the point, Davey Boy Smith is channeling his past and forging his future. Well,
both athletes looking to pick an ankle there, but it's Davey Boy. Talk about that homage to the family. Look at sharpshooter, but the knee gave out.
Here we go. Tracy needs to become a jerk, to be honest with you. Tracy needs to take on Davey Boy's persona and mentality here and just be vicious.
Well, we know Tracy's got a bit of a bad temperament. That's where his nickname Hot Sauce comes from. And it speaks to the fact that Tracy sometimes slips under the radar. He's such a great mat wrestler. He doesn't really bring the sizzle of a lot of other guys, and sometimes that means that he doesn't get the headlines and the publicity. And Tracy looks at some of the other buzzworthy athletes and maybe resents it a little bit because maybe he's put in a little more work in the gym.
It's a great point. It really is. It's the day and age in which we live. Everyone's looking at this guy, and you don't see all the other people doing the good things. But at the end of the day, you can't be great when you're in the same era as Davey Boy Smith Jr.
And shades of Uncle Owen with the enziguri kick by Davey Boy Smith Jr. And could be a chance for both men to attempt to rally here. Who gets to their feet first will have a decided advantage. I see MSL on the outside. I'm so disappointed. Not surprised, but disappointed in MSL. He proved himself to be a carny.
Oh, my God. Disappointed in someone that's trying to enrich themselves. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Society is mad at everyone doing better than they are.
Throw somebody out like they're garbage and find a new shiny toy. That's all MSL
does. There's a reason why MLW has evicted MSL from his official duties in the office. But honestly, I think that frees MSL up to do more entrepreneurial endeavors.
Yeah, to shyster more people is what you're trying to say.
Spell shyster.
Davey Boy. There's a C in it. There's a backslide. And Tracy Williams, look out. Tracy Williams, keep in mind, trained by Claudio Castagnoli. So, check out that attempt at a single leg.
Look at the block. Look at the block. Yeah. But that block forced Davey Boy Smith Jr. to hyperextend his leg and straighten it out.
And Tracy got him that time. Nice.
High up on the hamstring was Tracy.
And a high landing right on the back of the neck for Davey Boy. Tracy has had MLW in his sights for years. He used to attend MLW events in Brooklyn once upon a time back in 2003 and watch Satoshi Kojima defend the MLW World title. Could be a full circle moment to win the Opera Cup tonight. Nicely done, side Russian leg sweep.
Maintaining control of the arm. And you notice what Davey Boy did there is he took his shoulders off the mat, exposed his back and neck. Tracy has to force it now, and now Tracy's going for a submission hold. That's really good. The pinfall wasn't there. Instead, Tracy didn't panic, went right for a submission hold.
Variation of a Manjigatami by Tracy Williams.
And what about Davey Boy's knee?
Yeah. Well, Tracy's focusing in on that neck after that high angle suplex, and now chops his shoulders.
Nice and tight. Normally you don't see people cross their legs on the crucifix. Tracy was smart to touch both his knees.
And Tracy has not had luck with the suplex earlier, and much the same.
That's basic physics, right?
And Striker, you gotta believe that takes away one of Tracy's most impactful maneuvers, the Tony Depenfeld, the pile driver.
You're 100% right, but if you live by the fastball, you die by the fastball. If you don't have a secondary push, you won't be in the league long.
That huge leg.
How do you not just love Davey Boy Smith Jr.? You love pro wrestling.
I was a huge Davey Boy fan up until a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, up until he did one thing that I didn't like, and now I'm outraged.
The Microman's outraged. Nice guillotine leg drop. And Davey on top.
Two,
No.
Ref.
Keep in mind it was Davey Boy who defeated Low-Key, Hammerstone, Brian Pillman Jr. to be the inaugural MLW era winner of the Opera Cup in 2019.
Just that alone should put, I mean, how do you not say that this is not one of the best of our generation?
Yeah. I mean, Davey was the one that liberated the cup after it had been stolen last year. He's done so much good, but I feel like he's tarnishing their reputation with who he's got at ringside. But it's Tracy Williams right now that's the story. Trying to rally, but Davey splits the distance.
One thing I was always taught when you're in there with those shooters, those catch guys, is you got to test the chin. They may be able to out-wrestle you, but you can knock them out.
And the Bulldog power slam, but Davey came down on the bad knee. What damage did Davey do to his own anatomy? It's impeding his ability to follow through. Now the cover. Opera Cup at stake. No.
Tracy had no other choice there, man. There you go.
Double look at the leg.
Come on.
Count.
Come on.
It's almost a point where Davey Boy's force and power was a disadvantage, launching him so far near the ropes and then landing so hard on his own knee.
Now, I don't think we're going to see a finesse Davey Boy Smith Jr.
Kicking the legs is Tracy Williams.
Changing the weight. That's smart. The weight and the speed. We talked about the speed of Tracy.
Beautiful
Rolled
counter.
through, couldn't get into the Fujiwara. Instead, here's the ankle lock.
And the ankle lock on the bad leg. That part of the body's already compromised higher up around the knee.
That whole
Davey
leg is throbbing right now.
He is not tapping yet.
No way. No way.
He's reaching for, and look at MSL's pulling the rope close.
There's a part of Davey Boy that won't go to the ropes either. There's still that catch pride.
Last power slam.
Yeah. Get him.
Into the cover.
No.
Gotta know. And we've talked about the fact that Davey studied under the likes of the late great Billy Robinson and Josh Barnett, some of the greatest catch wrestlers this sport has ever known. Power bomb.
Davey Boy knocked.
Sit out style.
It's over. Is that over? Is that it? Is this kid out? Was there a shoulder up there? Look, even Davey Boy. I've been hit with that power bomb. He's knocked me out with that power bomb.
And Davey transitioned to the crossface. And this is how Davey defeated Brian Pillman Jr. in 2019.
Davey stayed poised. He did. He earned this.
Winner of the 2023 Opera Cup, Davey Boy Smith Jr.
Davey Boy, a fighter, a competitor, a wrestler since the age of 10. It was in his blood, in his genes from birth, and from Grandpa Stu some 71 plus years ago to Davey Boy Smith Jr. now, the only two-time Opera Cup winner of this era. Our Bet Online replay shows you some of the power maneuvers that led Davey Boy Smith Jr. to making history, his second Opera Cup championship victory. MSL signing Davey Boy Smith Jr. certainly paying dividends. I think Davey Boy Smith Jr. could have done it without that leech, who's no doubt going to get a percentage of these winnings without earning it.
The Enterprise.
And there you see the moment.
You know what, Joe? Stand up and clap. Why are you so darn disrespectful?
I'm not disrespectful. I just congratulated him. It's going back into the Hart family, where it was for over 7 decades, and it's been away for the past 3-4 years.
Yes, don't we celebrate that? Don't we honor that, Joseph?
Clear him out. Second Gear Crew reminds me of a new age version of taxi. Buy the ticket, take the ride. And this matchup, Matt, looking to determine whom, if anyone, will get the next full tag team title opportunities against the Calling. SGC and SST both have a valid claim to it. And Delirious and this Talon are we going to play spoiler here? I don't think they want any kind of a championship glory. They just want to protect the group.
I don't know. Championship glory is one thing. There's a monetary advancement that comes with it. But there's also the fact that you almost control the environment. Again, you control the championship picture.
What do you make of this move?
You're controlling the situation.
Why?
Why? Because look exactly, take a shot. Look at what Lance and Juicy are doing now. Following It's simple. It's like when I want my dog to go in the crib. All I gotta do is just take a little piece of bone.
Now, keep in mind that the Samoan SWAT team and SGC have a mutual respect for one another. There was no desire to bludgeon one another beyond just competition. They all wanted a piece of the calling, and the calling has taken what they want from them. And Justice and Manders, Justice overturns that table of weapons. He's not going to be intimidated by anything or anyone.
All right, so now we focus on the fight at hand here. Lance and Juicy against Manders and Matt. This, of course, was a triple threat until the calling decided to leave.
Is it still? They're still up
I mean,
there.
on paper, yes, it is still.
Oh, wait a minute. Here we go now.
Just like that opportunity.
Pick their spot.
You know, it always amazes me when people turn their backs. My dad used to tell me, turn your back on a man you're not afraid of. So I just don't understand.
Oh, cover! Lance pinned by both members of the calling and a kick out, but, I mean, to what we just saw, Matt,
Watch this.
the calling knew they were outnumbered. If they would have stayed in the ring, it probably would have been 4-on-2, and the calling neutralized that by letting the other two teams run this match.
There's a thin line between genius and madman, and Delirious walks that razor-thin line, albeit barefoot.
Leg drop, senton combination. All sides. Lance in trouble.
Nice.
2 count only. Certainly as we look ahead to Fury Road upcoming on Fight Plus September 3rd, we look ahead to our full live event schedule throughout the rest of the year. You think about the championships. You think about the top prizes in the major league, where they will go, who will contest for them. And check this talent out with a rope walk senton. That's impressive. Into the cover. You can only... Matt, though, what do you make of competing in a gas match? There's got to be some...
Yeah, it's funny. I was just thinking, it's got to be so difficult to breathe, but at the same time, it says a lot about whoever's underneath there that they're used to.
It's the mantra. It's like their version of War Cage, as directed by the likes of Raven or Ricky Shane Page, right? Juicy's feeling it now. SST.
Watch Lance.
To the outside on Manders and Justice. Keep in mind the SST defeated SGC once upon a time to retain their then World Tag Team Championships. Calling tried to get involved, but it was a united front against them for both tag teams.
Off the back of the big man, kick doubles him over. Trying to get on these softy, ample shoulders and back.
Literally walking up the body of Juicy, trying to rip at the eyeball.
Juicy can't see anything, but
Oh, I see a talking driver.
God, that's got to crack your sternum.
Near 500 pounds of force.
Perfect. This has to be it.
Polynesian plunge. Delirious. Not that has ended every title fight the SST invented in their reign, but Delirious had it scouted.
Yeah, Delirious with the 10-move thrust to neutralize Big Toco, and now Delirious trying to take on both members. I don't know how well that's going to work out.
Sathon kick to the throat. Juicy Samoan drop.
Good thing he's wearing black pants.
My God, I can't even imagine the pressure on the body. And we may be moments away from a confrontation we have often speculated about. Dueling chance for the SGC and SST. Will one of these teams advance to a World Tag Title shot? Or will the calling play spoiler? We'll find out next. Back on Fusion calling SGC, and whoa, look out, Samoan SWAT team. 3-team matchup to determine the next challengers for the MLW tag titles. Our Lance projected into Juicy. Second gear, the talent of the calling got caught and absolutely drilled. Second gear can feel it. This war with the calling that has raged on
adjustments. But now, let's make a more clear. September 13, Akira, Jacob Fatu, one-on-one next.
This time, representing the calling, he is Akira.
The ominous music, the darkness falling.
2. I bled for everything I've had, and you have been given everything because of who you were born to be. So I'm going to say this, man to man, I put that knee in the back of your head. I'm not afraid to do it again. Come get some. Well.
The boldness and brazenness of Akira to call out Jacob Fatu without fear.
What a time where the antagonist calls out the protagonist. And now the crowd willing the man into the arena.
And Fatu has had scores to settle in the calling for a number of months now. And revenge
Making his way to the ring at this time. Whoa! Samoa.
Whoa! 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 Philly Rush Poppin'! What the hell gives you the right? You talk about you bled? What you think you over cause you got a belt? Huh? What you think you the man cause you get in the bush? Huh? Well, I'm about to tell you this, and I'm just gonna say it one more time, bro. I could really fight, and I will dog walk your bitch ass.
Jacob Fatu is ready for a fight. I've never known Fatu to back down from a challenge, and we're not going to start tonight.
Looks like we're
Well, security out here, Alice security, staff members. And Fatu! I think they're going to try to settle this down before this gets started.
He can't defend himself.
Akira on the top rope! Akira with a chair on top of the bodies beneath! And Fatu and Akira!
We're gonna need far more than Atlas security. Nothing against them, they're great, but this is Fatu we're talking about here.
This match has not started. I don't think either of these men came out here for a match.
You see how hesitant security is. Heads up, they're coming over here. See them put their hands on either one of these guys? I've never seen security be so apprehensive. That shows fear.
These men came out here for war. They came out here for retribution.
Here we go, where these two belong. Security belong on the outside, fighters inside. Referee, let's do this.
It's the calling. It's the Samoan SWAT team. One-on-one. Here in the Major League. And Fatu. Countered. Near fall.
Say what you want about Akira, he was able to shift weight mid-air and use momentum.
Akira, the Death Fighter's exposed the bone of the knee.
The bridge of the nose exposed as well. It was only a matter of time, no?
These minions. Gas mask
He caught air.
The calling had a plan, and Fatu just fought right through it.
I can only imagine this whole thing goes out the window.
Although Fatu's not done yet.
The defenestration of Fatu.
Fatu has had so much taken away from him by the calling. Oh, no, Ricochet Page. That's a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire.
This changes everything now.
Oh, Ricochet. No. Oh, Fatu's skull driven right into those sharp barbs of the barbed wire. And Ricochet Page has a sick smile on his face. He's proud of what he did. We've seen the calling put Fatu on the shelf before. I don't think they want to see a Fatu comeback this time.
The calling seemed to be chasing the high of violence. Every time they need to do more and more. It's the addict's way.
Thank God Akira put that sickle down. But almost a warning that there's more where that came from. Oh, that online replay shows you Jacob Fatu against the world. obviously a very serious issue. When a man like Thought 2 is in this much pain and discomfort, we'll try to get an update on MLW versus.
All right, let's talk wrestling here. How long is it going to take for Hammerstone to get warmed up? And if that's the case, does Kane sneak a quick one in?
And where does the mental state of Hammerstone lie, and how does that affect how he approaches this matchup? Matt, Alex Hammerstone first won the openweight title in June of 2019. He held that until he relinquished it after winning the world title. All total, Hammerstone has been a champion of some sort in the Major League for 1,498 days straight, and I dare you to put that against anybody in the history of nationally televised wrestling. Hammerstone stands above all else.
The only day that matters is today. That's great. All your stats are great. But at the end of the day, this matters here.
It does.
So I think Kane is going to have the inside wrestling advantage, the fight within the fight, if you will. I believe that Hammerstone will have a slight power advantage. But to your point, championship experience is definitely in Hammerstone's favor.
Takedown by Hammerstone, and you notice some frustration on Alex Kane. Matt, these men have traveled similar roads. They're both former openweight champions. They both went on to win Battle Riot, and they both used that win to challenge for the world title.
I'm more interested in the differences because styles make fights. The similarities are obvious. I want to talk about the differences. I want to talk about the mat game. I want to talk about who's going to be able to implement maybe some more high-risk moves. These are the things that are going to answer the question, who's going to be the champion by the time we go off the air.
Mat returned by Alex Kane.
Got a 2 there.
2 count only.
See, early on to get a 2, that tells me something.
I think it's advantage Kane on the mat.
Absolutely.
Hammerstone can't use that power.
Look at that. Oh, there it is, right there,
Yeah.
to your point. And your timing is great as it always is, because now if you walk past this on the street, who's winning this fight? The guy on top.
Kane shoots him with that double leg, and now
Nice.
trying to
Be
trap.
careful, trying to go for a scarf hold. You can see there how Hammer's arm is wrapped around Kane's head. Front chancery now.
Notice how quickly Hammerstone gets back to his feet.
Absolutely.
He knows that's his bread and butter.
He has to. He does not want to be on the ground. Also, the muscle mass that Hammer is carrying, it's hard to pick that up and put that down, pick that up and put that down.
Alex Kane has said, Hammerstone, you are, quote, a placeholder champion.
Watch Miss Thomas. Look at Miss Thomas. Just playing around, just sneaking around.
Mr. Thomas, O'Shea Edwards, both ringside.
Yes.
Representing the Boomaye Fight Club.
Managerial license is in effect for both of those gentlemen.
And Don King watching on Fight Plus. It was 25 months ago, Matt, that Alex Kane was first drafted in the 2021 MLW Open Draft, and he has carved his path since that moment straight to the top.
Great way to connect the draft now, because we know that the names are coming. We can only imagine the matchups.
Announced already, Kevin Blackwood, Matt Cardona tonight. More in the coming weeks on MLW Fusion. Stay posted. We talked about where to find that earlier.
I just noticed something from Hammerstone, wrist control, and that's not something I've seen out of him a lot. I have a sneaking suspicion that Hammer has been back in the gym working on his wrestling, knowing he's going to need it to fend off the challenge of Alex Kane.
I saw Hammerstone posting on social media as well that he dropped down about 10 or 15 pounds, down to about 260, 265. Helps with his endurance and his mobility.
Sure.
And I think he'll need both in a matchup with Alex Kane.
Good tightening up of the headlock there. And look at the position of Kane's elbow. You see how he's pointing it up high? That means all the pressure is down on Hammer's neck. Not going to knock Hammer down that way, though, Kane.
Hammer used the momentum.
Yeah, Alex knows it. Alex knows that was a mistake.
And frustrated almost at himself there, it seemed.
Got to keep those emotions in check.
Hammer a smile. Hammer has been to this dance many times before. Kane, his first taste of it.
Up until this point, if there were scorecards, I would have Kane ahead slightly.
I don't disagree.
Nice capture. Baited him in. Joe, we talked about the emotional fragility of the champion. He was just baited into throwing a punch, and just like that, the suplex party begins.
Fisherman suplex and a near fall. Kane has over 100 suplexes in his arsenal. We've said it since day one.
What's he going for here?
Going
for
for
rear naked.
Yeah. Rear naked choke, but Hammer still rolls through.
Yeah.
And the momentum takes Kane to the outside.
So that's where Hammer's height is going to come into play. Anytime that Kane tries to take any move above the shoulder blades, it's Hammer's advantage because of simple logic. All he's got to do is throw his opponent off because of the height.
Hammerstone showing
It's leverage.
he is not going to be deterred by the sway of the crowd. Hammerstone has had 16 successful world title defenses before. I believe unprecedented in the history of the Major League.
What's the old Janet Jackson song? What have you done for me lately? Ooh.
Hammerstone, to this moment, is still the face and the name most associated with the brand of Major League Wrestling.
But now let's talk about the cultural significance of the Bombayé Fight Club and what they have had to do. How the league, in their mind, has forced their hand to do this to bring us here tonight. My gosh, could you imagine what Alex Kane, all the work that he has put in?
Oh, look at reversal and hammer into the guardrail.
I mean, you're fighting an uphill battle. You're fighting against the league, you're fighting against society, you're fighting against mores. I mean, I gotta say that what Alex Kane has done here with Bombayé, the movement for the people, that in and of itself is impressive.
Kane has made his own luck and called his own shots every step of the way.
As you should in this life. A lot of people like to complain. A lot of people like to say, oh, I'm bettering myself. Stop. Just take advantage of life.
Hammer daring Alex Kane to hit him with his best shot, rapid fire, back and forth, world title on the line.
See, I don't know if Kane wants to do this, man.
I think it lends itself to
Sure.
an advantage for Hammer.
You don't want to get into a striking match, especially when you're a wrestler. You're a suplex and submission-based wrestler, Mr. Kane.
Matt, you talked about earlier
Oh,
about
nice.
Kane baiting in Hammer to throw that punch. I think Hammer's baiting Kane into the slugfest.
Touche, great point, Joe.
Now Hammer into the steel once again. This is the matchup that proves whether or not Alex Kane is the real deal, or is he a big bunch of hype?
I think it's the perfect match to be the cherry on the top. Major League Wrestling, after 4 long years, back better than ever, and this is our main event.
We are live across the world on Fight Plus. Hashtag MLWNSN. Join the conversation for the biggest world title fight in quite some time.
Challenger Alex Kane, champion Alexander Hammerstone. Joe and I have assumed the wrestling advantage to Alex Kane, and I think that we were correct. We assumed the power advantage for Alex Hammerstone, and so far we have been correct. Joe, something has to give here.
No question, you're seeing Hammerstone now. Fire up. We saw things get very, very personal between these two men recently on MLW Fusion. That's where Kane referred to Hammerstone as a placeholder. Hammerstone said, Kane, if you wrestled as well as you run your mouth, you'd have been world champion 6 months ago. Kane made very personal, inflammatory comments I'm not going to repeat here, but that really fueled the fires, fueled the rage between these two athletes to the next level.
Again, emotional fragility. I stress it all the time. That's where these guys, every single person on the MLW roster is at such a level. It's going to take a mistake to win a match. Everyone is just so darn good.
And Hammerstone knows he's in enemy territory, but Alex Kane.
Nice switch. Use the spin for momentum and puts the big man down. We talked about Hammerstone having the power advantage, but it looks like Kane has found a way to mitigate that.
Hammer turned to the crowd for a moment to react.
More
and that's all
leverage.
Kane needed.
More momentum. Everything Kane is doing now has something behind it. He can't just stand there and trade the champion flat on his back.
Matt, you talk about what Alex Kane has done to get to this point in his career. He ran the distance in Battle Line, number 1 to number 40. Broke numerous records. Broke the length record for Tom Lawler, over 50 minutes in battle. And now Kane crashes all of his weight down on Hammer on the most unforgiving part of that canvas.
Whether prone or supine, that's going to hurt. O'Shea Edwards saying it's time. It's time.
We saw Kane defeat Shigehiro Irie 9 days ago on Fusion as part of the Big Apple Grapple 2. Kane is focused. Kane is the best version of himself we have ever seen. Hammerstone will have to be the same to survive. Kane lacks the body weight of Hammerstone, makes up further momentum in the overhead throw.
There's a distant look in the eyes of the champion.
A suplex master is Kane, as you see the eyes zero in on his target.
And now here you can feel the rumbling. The people for whom Boom-Aye is, they're starting to come. They're starting to will their man.
But it's Hammerstone trying to will himself. He has been through so much as the flag bearer of this organization. Hammerstone could be in a do-or-die situation as Kane presses on with the offense.
Joe, is Hammer out? There's a faraway look in his eyes, man.
At the very least, out on his feet. He may not know where he is right now.
Look at this. And we've talked about the mental battle. Carrying that mental weight of being champion, that emotional weight.
Notice Kane stays close to the body of Hammerstone, not allowing him to get a strike on. That German suplex, hook in the leg, Kane half a count away.
That wasn't a kick out, that was a push off. That was a get off.
We talked about it, 1,498 days as a champion in this company. And Alex Kane is looking to dismantle that, one suplex at a time.
Saw what Hammer did there?
Oh, near fall.
Hammer rolled to the perimeter of the ring. So while Hammer is fading, he's still there. He still has his faculties about him. I wouldn't count the champion out just yet. See? Fans counting along.
Keep in mind, in the past, Matt, it was the Boom-Aye Fight Club that had the placards to count along with the suplexes.
Correct.
Now the fans are doing it for them.
It's for the people.
Dragon suplex. Hammerstone, you saw his eyes get big.
Yep.
All he could do was brace himself.
Oh, look at
the
that.
Cover. Oh, Hammerstone.
As
Hammer
soon
one.
as Kane came, Hammer started to fire up. Normally, Hammer would receive the energy from the fans, but now Hammer gets nothing at all from this arena.
Hammerstone trying to dig down deep and feed off of something, channel something. This is the resolve we have seen from Hammerstone for many months, fighting through pain, fighting through injury.
Blowing through the clothesline, you gotta forget about the fans, they don't pay the bills. Come on, Hammer.
And whether the fans are in his corner or not, Hammerstone still has that electricity in his veins.
Look at now, he is getting something. He is getting something. He's getting pissed off. He finally realizes.
Hammerstone almost defiantly towards these fans.
He's
Psyching himself
converting.
up.
He's converting now. None of these fans have ever paid your bills.
And these fans reject it. Hammerstone pressing on in the corner. Reversal.
I think this actually fires Hammerstone up. I think this actually makes Hammerstone dangerous.
But Matt, you gotta wonder, is Hammerstone spending too much time with the fans and not on Kane?
Great point.
The power slam may determine that.
It's over.
And a near fall.
Barely kicked out did Kane.
That goes back to what we questioned as far as how Hammerstone will react to being in hostile territory. He's feeding off of it, but is it at his own detriment?
We're gonna find out.
Hammerstone has felt 6, I believe, different suplexes at least.
At the end of the day, I think you gotta clear that out of your mind, because if you're thinking about things like that, then you're realizing that Kane knows over 100 different suplexes. I got 94 plus more coming.
Check out the counter. Kane drops down to a knee. Hammer was looking for a power bomb, but Kane overpowers the champion.
This is the second wind here, the opportunity. If Kane can't close it up now, I don't think he's gonna be able to do it.
The pressure's on. Kane's the unproven commodity.
Here we go.
Hammerstone's the standard bearer, the benchmark of the major league.
Once you get to the 7th inning and you go to that bullpen, this thing is over, folks, over.
A burning hammer from Hammerstone, and he retains. No! Hammerstone's face told the story. All he can do is soak in the moment and how different this was from so many of Hammer's past achievements.
Forget the people.
And Hammerstone is signaling for the Nightmare Pendulum. I don't care who these fans like or dislike. If Hammerstone hits this, the Bet Online Smart Money is
Look
at
at that, look at that, look at that.
Roll up!
Oh, for whom the bell tolls for thee.
And Kane down with a jumping flatliner. Will Alex Kane sneak in? Oh, near fall.
So Hammer tried to get up and couldn't. And now Where's he gonna go? Let's see if he can slip that forearm in. I don't think there's a choke is on the side here, so this is not an air choke, it's a blood choke, and it's legal.
Notice how quickly Kane pounced on Hammer with this choke attempt. Hammer could not get to his feet. And keep in mind, even though he's lost those 15 pounds, Hammer's carrying more body weight. The lights could go out quicker here for the champion. This may be the only way to defeat Hammer, so it was up right away.
And who knows, whatever Hammer did to drop that weight, how does it affect him? Normally, Hammer is a power lifter guy. Look at his belly. Look at how he's sucking in. We hear about it in boxing all the time when fighters try to make weight. As the fights go on, you can see that it saps their energy. Is that what we're witnessing now?
The Boomaye Fight Club fan club.
It's the heartbeat of the movement.
But Hammer's heart's still beating. And as long as it's beating, he'll fight.
Rough landing there.
Hammerstone on top, title on the line, and Kane kicks out.
Hammer wanted that one. Hammer wanted that to be the end.
I don't know if Hammer's wanted anything more than that to be the end in recent memory. Frustration is setting in. I'm not sure if Hammerstone expected this much fight out of Alex Kane. One last word for Kane, but Kane counters. That could have been Nightmare Pendulum.
Picking up the back, ripcord.
Alex Kane with a Kane maker. Hammer is down. 2-0.
Oh, referee, you started counting one before the wrestler pressed his body against his opponent.
I think there was contact made with maybe the side or the arm that the official counted as a pinning attempt. But you're right, Kane didn't get a chance to cinch himself before the count started to toll. And could that have had an effect on Hammer's ability to reach the rope?
The match goes on. That's what matters.
Ref Gassino is one of the best in the business.
Sure.
I trust his judgment. But Kane's got to trust himself.
Torea into the metal pole. And we talked about how a mistake is going to separate the wrestlers because they're all so good. That may have been the mistake right there, Joseph.
And will that affect the power, the throwing ability of Alex Kane, the suplex master?
It's a good question. Having Mr. Thomas and O'Shea Edwards out here right now really helps Alex Kane.
Nightmare Pendulum attempt number 3, I believe, has not executed yet.
Hammer's having a second thought.
What is going through the mind of Hammerstone?
See what happens when you think.
This may mean more than just ending a matchup for Hammerstone.
It's quelling a rebellion. It's putting down a rivalry. It's putting down an insurrection, if you will. Hammerstone understands that his status as the face of Major League Wrestling hangs in the balance tonight.
Is silencing the movement superseding what he wants to do, and that's win the world title. That's why we're here.
Buddy, you silence it with a statement. That's what you do, and you make sure it never comes back.
Hammerstone has Kane way up high. The power on display for the superplex.
Holds on, does Hammer.
That's smart wrestling.
Wait a minute.
Whoa,
Wait a minute.
Kane shifted his weight. And a last-ditch effort with all he had. Kane connects.
Look at what this movement does to the people. They believe.
They believe. Kane believes. Thomas believes. O'Shea believes. But will Hammer bring them back down to reality? Or will Kane's dream become a reality?
Nice. That's it. That's it. Go for the cover. Go for the cover. Go for the cover. Come on.
Hammerstone has fought the odds, but look at Kane. Look at Kane.
That's ring awareness. That's ring awareness. In this moment, we just saw Alex Kane grow before our eyes. Win, lose, or draw. Alex Kane has just matured.
Kane is out of bounds, and he has a chance to get a respite, but you can see Kane is favoring his ribs, his back is hurt, he's having trouble breathing. Kane in a bad way, and Hammerstone giving chase. Hammerstone does not want to give Alex Kane any kind of reprieve. He wants to beat him 1, 2, 3 in the middle. That's the biggest statement you can make. But what condition is Hammerstone in, favoring his midsection? Oh! Kane just kicked the rope into Hammerstone's
I'm
groin.
sure you endorse that as well, huh?
I'm not endorsing that at all. Alex KO. Is Kane getting desperate?
That's a great hit.
Straps her down. Alex Kane may be beloved here tonight, but he hasn't changed his spots. Let's make no mistake about that.
And I think that's what the people truly respect at the end of the day. We live in a world where so many people vacillate.
Oh, gut-wrench suplex from the top!
Stick to your guns. They're either going to hate you or they're going to love you, but at least you're yourself.
Kane drapes the arm. Title at stake. Oh, Hammer kicks out. And Kane in shock, Matt, not just 100-plus suplexes, but from the different locations, the different heights, the different impacts he can get. Alex Kane has done so much, but none of it has put away Hammerstone. What's the formula?
Well, that's the thing. You can be great at all these different things, but if you can't put it together, it's useless.
Kane has his eyes locked on the champion still. Choke once again, Hammer counters. A German suplex release style by Hammerstone.
Hammer now moving with intensity and purpose.
The
That's what
power
Hammer
bomb.
needs. That's what he needs to do. Exploit the difference.
Kane countered the powerbomb earlier. He couldn't this time. Nightmare Pendulum number 2.
Mr. Thomas.
Oh, no. Mr. Thomas creating a diversion. Hammerstone looking at Thomas almost indignantly.
Well, these two have had their issues.
Mocking, oh, wait,
Gave
from
up the
behind.
back.
The choke.
Nope. See the height. The leverage.
Counters.
Careful.
Kane gets Thomas.
Oh, that got him in the kidney.
And Hammer drills Alex Kane.
This is it.
Nightmare Pendulum.
Inside
Inside
cradle.
cradle.
No. Here we go.
Drop step into the
The
choke.
back. No. If Hammer goes down to his rear, we're in trouble.
Hammer's fading.
To his back.
Kane's
This
got the
is
body
it.
scissors.
Hammer's got nowhere to go. Look at Hammer's face, Joe. Look at his eyes, Joe. Look at his eyes.
He's nowhere near a roll.
It's over.
Your winner and new MLW World Heavyweight Champion, Alex Kane.
1,498 days comes down to 1 split second. Hammerstone, the franchise of the Major League, just taps away a history-making run, and Alex Kane brings the world title to Boomaye.
In a world where they lie to your face, in a world where they kick dirt on you, where they spit on you, you, my friend, have taken matters into your own hand. You, Alex Kane, have made history here tonight. Take a look at some of the moments that we will hearken back upon when we talk about the history of this night. Joe Dombrowski, you lent your voice to a moment in history that will live forever. But here, right here, I'll let you do what you do best.
Alex Kane savors his moment. Alex Hammerstone has tapped out, and Alex Kane has brought the world title home for the people.
This is a movement. It goes beyond Philadelphia. It goes beyond Major League Wrestling. Let this movement call out around the world. Boomaye is for the people.
Past Saturday night, Never Say Never, live across the world on Fight Plus. You-Mancer got Sam Adonis about a dozen different shades of red and purple with that big leather strap. Fans that missed out can sign up to Fight Plus anytime to watch the replay as often as they like and see some long overdue just desserts for Mexico's most hated.
Man, I'm a Merle Haggard, Alan Jackson guy. You can sing your sad songs all you want, but at the end of the day, being a champion is what it's all about. Do you have what it takes? Can you put those beers down or put them up to become become a champion?
I could take all the beers with me to the pay window, baby. I could get any gold I want at any time, any point. But right now, back to this contest, this fight. Two great men in the ring, and one guy I can't stand too. Johnny, I can't stand it. I hate him. I'm not going to cuss on here. I'm not going to cuss.
I appreciate it. I'm comfortable when he calls me baby. I do anything for you?
You like it a little bit. I know.
A weird feeling in my belly.
It's okay, Matt. Just roll with me.
He's in a different era. It works out, trust me.
All right, here we go, and Mance, you're right, back to the action in the ring. It's what the league is all about. You have three great wrestlers here. I think that Johnny's got the best overall wrestling. Leo has the speed. Willie has the power.
You think he's the best out of all these guys?
Yep, I will give it to him. Yep. He's a 99.
It's Willie Mack ruling the ring thus far as Leo and Hennigan.
Come on, Willie.
Maybe looking to make a makeshift relationship here.
What about ego? And Mance, I can talk to you about this because you're one of the most humble guys I ever met. It's almost disgusting.
Hey, thank you.
What about when ego gets in the way?
You can't have, I mean, you got an ego, it's fine, but you can't be going around here just beating on people, choking people out. For no, like I said, I hate these two guys. I wish Leo would punch him right in the face. He's a cheater.
Brilliant. Boom. Works.
How do you sit out here with Matt all the time like this?
It's very difficult.
Oh, God.
I give him the rub, the shine. Kidding me? Puts it on his social media profile.
You do that?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
He loves it.
You're nowhere near my social media. There's a double back elbow. Can't even find you on Twitter half the time, Striker. Hennigan with a knee.
Come on, Willie.
Look at this. This is rapid fire attack.
Well, to your point, Striker, you brought up egos. What do you think of the nature of this partnership with Hennigan and Leo Rush? Can it last?
No, I've known John a long time.
Okay, then.
You know what I mean? You can't trust a man that looks like that.
There you go. It falls apart.
To Leo's point, Leo's been done wrong in this industry. It seems to be a theme lately. Guys taking advantage and taking things into their own hands. Man, you're one of those guys.
Exactly, baby. Like I said, I ain't ever going to forget that these two boys try to choke me out there, and I'm waiting for my moment. I'm waiting for my time to beat the bejesus out of both these boys. Johnny, see, look at Sam up there. He's just waiting for a moment to cheat. Look at him. You can't trust either of them.
Well, I mean, certainly if I was going to think about two athletes that are the most polar opposites in the league, it's Mance Warner versus the lifestyle that Adonis and Hennigan lead. They live in excess, the parties, the money, certainly everything they do traveling the world. Mance Warner, and every man, he's a dive bar, a fist fight, and a light beer, and he's happy. But Mance Warner, Hennigan calls himself the shaman of sports entertainment, but Mance Warner,
Shaman, what does shaman even mean, baby? Like you just said, as long as I can go.
Toilet paper, I promise you.
Oh, that's charm. I do what you say. As long as I go to Dollar General, get light beers, hit up Aldi at some point. That's all I need, baby. Go to church on Sunday. That's it.
Well, you get your light beer at the dollar store?
No, I go to the bar. I know a guy. Get it for cheap.
Willie Mack just pounced Leo Rush through the ring practically.
Remember what I said about the power? Remember what I said about the best overall wrestler? Look who's standing right now.
He said he was a 99, whatever that means.
At the rankings in the video game.
Oh, the video games. Okay, yeah.
Man, you play video games?
Back in like 94.
He plays video games.
Back in 94, baby.
Well, John Hennigan looking for...
There we go, there we go.
He's looking for Starship Pain, but Mack countered. Willie Mack, the Samoan drop. Can he keep building momentum? We'll find out. Willie Mack with a kip up. We've seen Mack have shoes.
Clapped on the way over, too.
Hennigan
Clutching the wrist. Smart by Willie.
Leo interrupts the fall to save his own interests. Keep in mind, Matt, when Willie Mack kind of finessed and outsmarted Hennigan and Adonis to getting a title shot all his own.
Willie Mack has never outsmarted him. At least not intentionally.
Don't say that too loud. Hennigan nearby. Leo Rush now unloading on Willie Mack in the ring. As Hennigan and Adonis regroup. Leo Rush has been hardened and molded and soured by his surroundings through the years. He said he's a result of what the game has done to him.
Right.
That's why he's the bad child today. And Mack overpowering Leo Rush.
Mance, how do you contend with someone like Leo Rush?
Maybe, I don't know if you can. He gets up there flipping and flying. He's going to end up on your head.
Cover!
The one thing about Leo, though, is the frustration, the temperament, the short fuse.
I'm watching Sam the whole time, baby. He's up to no good. Don't you point at me. I know I'm number one. Come on.
We've seen enough damage done from Adonis and Hennigan towards you as Leo scales the ropes. Man, is the rest of the second gear crew here? Are they watching your back right now?
Yeah, they're back there with the beers, baby. They're just waiting for me to start rocking and rolling. Oh, my Lord.
Are you kidding?
Willie Mack. And Hennigan takes advantage.
Those are precisely placed.
Hey. See, these boys just looking to cheat left and right.
It's like creating a small package. Look at Johnny's fundamentals. My gosh. After all these years, he's still on point.
You can talk about the fundamentals, but it's not the fundamentals of Hennigan and Adonis that have gotten them where they are in MLW.
Man, Johnny uses those low-angle elbows. Those are rough, man.
Impact right to the dome right there, baby. Your head just brain wiggling around in there. I just don't understand why Johnny running around with this bozo Sam. I hate them both, can't stand them. Sam's walking around waiting to cheat out there. Look at him. Look at his eyes, can't trust him at all.
I suggest they both need each other, Manser. I don't think they would have done the damage to you one-on-one.
Not at all, baby.
They did two-on-one.
Two peas in a pod.
Look at the damage being done to Willie Mack right now. This is a great hold. It's applied fundamentally correct. It's smart. Johnny should close up the space. He won't do that. He's starting to take advantage of it.
Fighting back.
What's the momentum? Oh,
Leo is explosive, and he picked his opening perfectly.
Don't trust him, Leo.
Neither one of these guys trust each other. Are you kidding me?
We're going to work together here.
Told you.
Man, I like you more out here, man.
Somebody has to.
Both trying to direct traffic, but it's Hennigan that connects.
Yeah, but John's got to finish this now because you have to believe that Leo will come right back.
Oh, without question, Leo is as tenacious as they come, regardless of your opinion of what he's done here in the Major League. But Mack has that underrated resiliency. A lot of times people overlook what Mack brings to the table, but he's so tough and so resilient.
Looked like a nipple flew off right there, baby.
And Hennigan, Manser, you must be loving Hennigan getting a receipt
Get
right
on him,
now.
Willie. Beat him down.
Manser, is there anything about Hennigan and Adonis that you like?
I was about to say them little diamonds on his britches.
How'd you like that?
I loved it, baby.
All the while, you know, Mance is scouting. Don't let him fool you, the light beard, the whole hype, baby. You're a smart guy underneath that hat.
I try my best.
Hey, the light beer's part of the strategizing.
There we go.
Leo's strategy right now is to throw bees to the wall, if you get my drift.
Yeah, a couple of heat-seeking missiles to the outside. To Mack, to Hennigan.
This kid's got it all.
Leo wants to be, as he was before, the money weight of MLW.
Love it.
This will be such an important win for a bad child if he connects.
Here we go. The future is now. No, not just yet.
Nobody there on the frog splash. Mack has a chance to rally. Hennigan's here on the outside. Mack or Leo could find a way to do this here.
Yeah, baby, yeah. What? Get him, Willie, get him. Behind you.
Hennigan from behind. Stunner for him as well.
John's been here before too many times.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Rev.
Referee saw that.
Sam Adonis fighting.
Let's go.
Hennigan nails it by accident. Back the roller. Hennigan, look at shock. Our Bet Online replay shows you how John Hennigan and Sam Adonis' dirty tricks backfire. The mouth hits Hennigan, and he's next in line for a world title shot.
Guys, it's been a great time. I've been out here talking some trash. I got my light beers. I'm headed back. Good job, Matt. I love you.
Thank you so much, man, for your time.
Telling you, man, the world's going to hell in a handbasket. You know who's carrying that basket? Snitsky.
And Snitsky's opponent from modern-day Egypt, Yusufer L.
I don't know if you need to commit the name to memory anyway, but it's Yusufer L, one-on-one with Snitsky.
Yeah, that L's about to stand for a loss.
Snitsky apparently was part of the World Titan Federation that MSL has resigned from his MLW office job for in the form of becoming a promoter of the Titans.
Better benefits, from what I understand. But boy, I'll tell you, man, Snitsky puts the Titan in World Titan Federation.
Well, we know MSL has been making some big moves for quite a while. We know that Matt Cart, ever since the announcement, he was joining up with MSL. Choke slam, and yeah, see him on.
Your winner, Snitsky.
That wasn't Snitsky's fault. It was darn sure MSL's. What is, I mean, MSL, we used to run out like the man once upon a time, but Snitsky is about as polar opposite as you can get. What is MSL going to instruct Snitsky to do for the rest of the Major League? outside. Snitsky laying waste to anybody and anything. And it's MSL as the puppet master with his 6'6" monster in tow. The world's greatest wonder joins the greatest show in Major League Wrestling.
I want to know, how does Midas Black prevent Jay Lyon from eating Microman? I would think that would be an issue.
Midas is the ringleader, and Jay Lyon does follow the instructions. I think Jay Lyon is a trained show animal. But Microman, so great to see Microman hanging out with the likes of the main event, second gear crew. They're actually respective and aren't out to use him and just make money off of him.
Well, what else do you do with people?
What? This is why we don't hang out.
Thank God.
So this is the most unique trios match, to say the least. I know this isn't what you expected when you got into the ring a moment ago, not what I expected.
My leg is still hurting.
But it's Little Guido Maritano starting out with Microman.
Now, how can you call him Little Guido when he's in there with Microman?
Have you seen Big Guido? Right there. By the way, I'm proud of Ray Jazz, because if you remember a couple of months ago, Ray Jazz actually got Guido new gear, but he got a 2-for-1 deal, so Guido's gear said Ray Jazz 2. Guido's gear actually says Little Guido the same. Oh, that was a mistake.
Same boots he's had since 1987.
Well, that'll go out of style, right?
Clown shoes.
Those boots have won some World Tag Team titles a time or two, right?
So now Jesus.
Jesus Rodriguez resents the fact that Microman showed him up a little bit a few months ago back in Battle Riot, if you remember. Jesus' surprise entrant, and rather than have his moment of glory, he kind of fell by the wayside thanks to Microman's popularity. That's why he's joined up with the FBI, the primo of the FBI, so he says. Count of one
You
that
know what
time.
primo means?
That's right.
Yeah, go first.
And,
I'm going to ask you if you know what some other words mean.
okay, well, just remember we're on the air before you pick which ones. As Rodriguez stomping away at Microman, so maybe not necessarily a blood relation, but they've done some family business together.
Exactly.
Yes.
I'm in sanitation.
We know the godfather of the group.
Absolutely.
Comes in with the elbow.
Still in great shape, man.
And he
Having
can,
fun.
he can do that, too.
Reminds me a little bit of an older Adam Sandler, this Guido.
Ed, do you want to expostulate further on that?
I was just watching some movie and he kind of resembles it.
Here comes Ray Jazz. And it's 2-on-1. Oh, no.
Oh, you got to make sure you turn the right way on that one.
Yeah, I thought they were going to do the double elbow. But, man, just choking away and punishing Microman.
It's just a little beating.
I see what you mean. At least do the Paisano elbow. At least that's legal. 5 seconds.
Would it be a garlic knot elbow on Microman?
I don't know. Hey! Shut up, you face! Now that's a universal language.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, man.
All right, thanks for coming.
Midas Black lands right at our side here. And in the ring, it's, again, a double team on Microman has been neutralized. And the FBI may just have too much cohesion, too much chemistry.
Shouldn't the referee just count to 1.5 instead of 3?
Oh, God, I get the jokes, yeah.
Aw, he's kissing him. He loves him. He loves him. We feel you. We feel you.
Oh,
That
stop.
means my son.
Now you're okay with love. Look at this now. Great
You gonna
chance.
put him checking his diaper? Sniffing his diaper?
Matt Striker just said diaper on national television. I want everybody to make that awareness of that.
It's not the worst thing I've ever said, I promise you.
The last, oh, look at Ben. Great chance.
That was fun.
Microman eludes the pack, and here comes the ringleader, Midas Black. Drop kick nicely done. Oh, well, Black's the one that holds this whole show together.
Yeah, but Ray Jazz is pound for pound the best wrestler in the ring, and that's what has Little Guido in it.
NCAA All-American, still in his 20s. Ray Jazz has the world ahead of him. The main event going to make sure Tiger Fade kick connects.
That's a big
match is just getting started. Stay with us. Action continues here on MLW Fusion, where styles make fights. And make the family look bad here. Low bridge by Guido.
It's the Kashkiusko.
Midas to the outside. I don't know how to spell that. And now, Guido.
Afraid of lions.
Shot right to the face of Lion. As Rodriguez and Guido, the old Italian double team. And now, they connect and collide. Seriously.
Jesus.
Yeah. Discus forearm. And the roar of the Lion coming out. Oh, Jesus put the brakes on.
Good stop.
Baited Lion in. Dared him to come in. And when he did, Jesus was waiting.
Yep. Dangled a piece of raw meat, and Jay Lion took the bait.
Main event worked so well together. These men were actually the final. Oh, wait a minute! Double team!
That's gotta be it.
The final ever tag team opponents of Jay and Mark Briscoe, the main event. And they beat them too.
God rest your soul, my friend.
A huge accomplishment there, and a huge accomplishment having Micro Man's back.
So now wait, if Micro does a moonsault, is it a Pluto salt or a Mercury salt?
A mini Vader bomb through the hula hoop. And that's gonna do it.
Your winners, the team of the main event, and Micro Man.
Around the ring in the hula hoop like a tower, please.
Looks like a spotlight zoomed in on him. Our Bet Online replay shows you Micro Mania running wild in South Philly. Can anyone stop the world's greatest one?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold it right there.
What is this?
You put him down. Shut your mouth, ugly.
Sam Adonis.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but unfortunately, you two do not know who you aligned yourselves with. Micro Man happens to be one of the most hated men in Mexico.
That's not true.
Believe it or not, he and I worked for the same promotion in Mexico once upon a time, but he was so hated that everybody ran him off. You see, the thing is, Micro Man, just like many of you, has a wife and he has a newborn baby. But this little man right here was jealous of his own child. He was jealous of the attention that a baby gets because he's so used to hearing how cute he is. Oh, Micro Man's so adorable. Well, the sad thing is, he's a jealous, miserable man. Shut your mouth, idiot. Your haircut is just as stupid as it was last time.
Oh my God. As if Sam Adonis wasn't bad enough. What is Snitsky doing out here? At MSL, Micro Man's former, what we thought, best friend. Oh, no, 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 no. Snitsky's got the main event. And Sam's got Micro Man. No, no. This near 300-pounder just drilled 2 men in one motion.
What does MSL have in that sack? Is it Damien?
Micro
I
Man!
don't even want to
You micro fool! We could have made so much money together, but you just had to hang out with those second gear losers. And now I have the World Titan Federation with Snitsky. Now, Snitsky was a legendary college football player. He played in the infamous 5th down game against Colorado. But he's also a punter. And I know you're a little rusty, but Snitsky, we're gonna practice here tonight before you punt Micro Man.
What the hell?
So take some practice kicks. Let's start with this one. Oh, what a dork. Oh, pull his pants up. Yeah. Give me a big punt. Yeah.
Nicola Roberts.
No, not Nicola Roberts. Now, of course, this harkens back to the most controversial time in Snitsky's career.
Oh, what a great punt. All right, one more. One more.
Well, whose fault is it? It's MSL's.
This side needs it. Give this side a big punt, Snitsky.
I blame your parents.
Whoa.
a title was defended outside of the promotion always meant more, always felt big. This is right in line with that.
Absolutely. Traveling the world for the past decade plus. Saw him originally in MLW about Calvin Tankman say, this is my house. And Tankman, you know, we've seen him as a former tag team champion. We've seen him as a singles competitor, certainly a part of the Opera Cup. But Calvin Tankman wants that championship to get back in the saddle as a single star.
Well, I'll tell you, there are certain wrestlers that kind of envy when someone from outside comes in to take some of the home money, if you will. Those kind of people, I don't like that. I like the people that I want you to come in. I want to test myself against the best. Let's see what kind of person Tankman is.
It's Tankman barreling over Irie with a shoulder tackle.
See this go. Okay. Hey, listen. Irie is coming to fight in Philly. He's got to get into this.
Oh, without question. We originally saw Irie 2019 here in MLW as part of the Strong Hearts.
It's a long time ago, my friend.
Yeah, but he's built up such a resume for himself across the world since then.
You know, one of the things about going on excursion is, you know, you lose the comforts of home. You know, I've stayed, I lived in Japan and Mexico. You lose those little tiny things, and it chips away at you. It really does.
Well, we've seen certainly international stars, as we mentioned, from Dragon Gate and AAA, now WXW. MLW is a destination location, no matter where you are in the wrestling world. But when you come here, you know it's no night off. You know it's not going to be easy because the best, the hungriest, the uprising young talent want a piece of you, and they want to cement themselves across the world as well.
You know, it's funny you bring that up because every time I encounter young wrestlers, whether I'm training them or I meet them out, you know, in the world, I always ask them, hey, where do you want to go? And they say, can you get me into MLW? Who do I talk to get to MLW? And I really like hearing that because they know that if you make it here, you can make it anywhere.
Irie set back first into the reinforced guardrail as heavyweight muscle.
Building up steam.
Yeah.
You had to have seen that one coming.
Yeah, Irie a bit too seasoned for that, and check this out.
Smart, patience. Drove the chair into the back of the knees, forcing Tank to sit.
Drove Tankman down to size a little bit and dropping it with all of his body weight. Look
at
out.
that. And Tankman is so thick and has such a foundation that the chair didn't even move. Don't think it didn't hurt, though.
Oh, without question. Yeah, there was nowhere for Tankman to go in that equation.
It's almost better if the chair fell.
Irie gets Tankman back in the ring. Nobody wants a count out here, not even the champion. Irie wants to defend that with pride and honor.
Here we go. Could have gone for a kick. Instead, felt that Tankman wasn't weak enough. That shows me a ring maturity. Oh, he was right. Boy, oh boy, did Tankman impress right there. That was nice.
Tankman, with the position that he was in, what do you think? He got the leverage. There's a hook in the leg for two.
It tells you about a wrinkle in what Tankman can bring. Just when you think he's down, you think he's vulnerable, bang, he gets you. It's like the Krav Maga thing. You put your hands up to say, hey, I don't want to fight. It looks like a defensive position, but you're actually in a perfect way to be offensive.
Makes Tankman so dangerous as an innovative big man of the sport. Breaking the mold and forging new ground every time we see him, but
there's something called fighting spirit, Joe, and if you want to educate the newer fan to it, he might guess, but we're about to see it.
Well, it's certainly something that is prevalent in Japanese-style wrestling, where they channel the warrior spirit of their past ancestors and dig down deep and find that second wind, second burst of adrenaline, whatever you want to call it. But they start fighting when it feels like they were out of the fight.
Yep, it's pride, it's machismo, call it what you will, but this may be ill-advised.
Yes. Well, I admire Irie feeling to do that. Easier said than done. Take back. Wow. That's going to do it.
No leg hook and just a roll of the shoulder.
The stakes are high as our main event continues next. Welcome back to MLW Fusion. Action has raged throughout the break with big stakes at hand.
Irie needs just a little squishy comeback, just something to stay in this fight. Otherwise, Tankman's going to run away with this thing.
You've seen careers change, reshaping here in MLW rings. Of course, Shun Skywalker, former middleweight champion. We've seen Satoshi Kojima defend the MLW world title overseas once upon a time.
Oh, Tank is rocked. Tank can't. Look at that. I'll tell you, I've been rocked, and it feels like the ring is tilting. You saw Tank trying to get his balance there?
Yeah. And Tankman, that head of steam again.
Oh, kick right to the heart.
I don't know if there's anybody Tankman's size that moves as quickly as he does.
This is getting ugly now.
Yeah.
You can see it. The pro wrestling's going out the window. Now it is chopping meat. It is fighting for every inch.
Tankman just wants to fight, but unable to maneuver.
Here we go.
Here
Here we go. Smart, take the big man off. Oh, wow. Clubbing hammer right down across the face. It may not have been pretty, but it was effective.
And that could very easily be a knockout shot.
Yes.
If Tankman can't defend himself, he was prone. Irie came down with all of his weight.
Yeah, Irie had to do something to just change that exchange. You could see both fighters were struggling to find their footing.
Almost an MMA-style strategy. You see the athlete down, he just pounced with that right hand until it...
Pass through. Tankman remains still on the perimeter. Long way down for the big man.
Keep in mind, still to come, your main event, a strap match. Mance Warner, Sam Adonis. That's going to be physicality personified as well.
Dude, Tank's eyes, Tank is gone. Either that or he's exhausted.
Oh! Irie a crossbody to Tankman, who hits beyond those padded mats, barely padded, and hits this unprotected floor.
Trying to watch Tankman's midsection to see if it raises and lowers quickly, aggressively, labored breathing, or always looking for those kind of things, especially the big guy late in the fight. Tank's got to pull himself up all that weight.
Matt, I don't think Calvin's out of gas because it's really not his nature. He can go a long period of time. I think it all comes down to that clubbing right hand down on the canvas.
Good point, really good point.
Calvin tried to elbow free, shake those cobwebs.
Here we go, pump strikes. Yeah, he's feeling it now.
Pump handle attempt. Nicely done.
In the face as well. I don't know if you caught that on the way down. Tankman's heel right in Irie's mouth. Oh, and there's another one too. I'm telling you, these two, I love it.
Whether by design or not, it sends a message to Irie. And Tankman now finds himself in a dominant position.
I like it. Come to MLW, walk through our locker rooms. Know you're going to get toed in the face. You're going to get dinged, and you're going to have to walk back through that locker